Slate 3, take 1.
My name's John Polley and I'm an architect. In terms of what architects do, I think there's this conception that you're kind of on your own in a loft kind of drawing somewhere, and it's not. It's a collaborative process. It's probably about 50 to 70% drawing, and then the other kind of 50 to 30%, depending on what stage of the project is project management. It's dealing with people, it's dealing with clients, dealing with planning authorities, those sorts of things. And what this is, it kind of proves that one of the things that you need to be able to do as an architect is to draw. And so this was my final year project of my diploma, and this was the development work and the drawing work and the ideas really that led to the culmination of a project which was my final thesis project. You get very lost in it sometimes, in a good way, and you start to understand the processes and the story that you're trying to tell through your architecture and your buildings through studying other subjects, studying other buildings, and looking around you, and then just developing a story as you go. You need that. You need to be pretty robust to go out into the world and say, actually, I can build stuff for you and spend lots of your money. My advice would be open-minded, expose yourself to as much architecture, art, buildings as possible, and draw with a pencil. And what you need to be able to do is that when you're sat in front of a client or a builder or something, you're trying to describe how a detail works, how a building works, you need to be able to pick up a pencil and just draw, and actually nothing impresses a client more than if you draw something for them. Which is sounds silly, but it's kind of true. They want us to be able to draw, but it's about communication. And the main, that cliche of a picture tells 1,000 words. Well, it does, and if you can do that in a meeting, then you're way ahead of the curve. It can consume you, not necessarily in a negative way, but it certainly drives you forward to just be interested and do the best that you can with the project that you've got. And then you kind of sit there and you think, well, actually, yeah, this is what I imagined, this is what was in my head, and now I'm walking around it, and it's the same. And that's a real joy. I mean, that's an unending pleasure in architecture, that, kind of that thing that you envisaged, that you thought about, that was in your head. It is a team effort. It is about the client, it is about the brief, it's about the builders. But ultimately, it's about your idea and your interpretation of those ideas that you construct and walk around.